Hello, my friends. This is Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show, and I am so happy to be here with you, coming to you live from Brea, California. So much has been going on the last couple of weeks. You've probably seen, if you've been paying attention to the Facebook Live TV show, I've been busy interviewing some fantastic people. I've partnered with a group called the Net Friendings Network, and the plans that they have going forward from where they've been in the last couple of years is just it's been exponential growth I've seen from the time that I've started following them. And all of a sudden now I think the plans that they have are fantastic. So I've taken a couple people out of that group and interviewed them. I would interview Roy, who's the co-host, except for he's just the voice, and, right? And this is video. And so if I could ever get Roy to not be just the voice, I think that I will do an interview. And as a matter of fact, I've not asked recently because I think the answer is going to be no. So probably I should ask, to make sure that I know whether he will do an interview or not, because he just has these ways of coming up with, I forgot what he calls them, selfie quotes or something like that he puts out there. I don't know where he comes up with these things, but they are fantastic. I would recommend that you watch the interview. You don't have to watch the whole thing that I did with a friend of mine at a restaurant. If you are considering doing remote broadcasts of local businesses and showcasing them, or maybe you'd be the person about town instead of the man about town. See how I did that? The person about town and going out and interviewing people. Although it is my very first one, it'll give you an idea of some of the stuff you can do. You go sit down in the restaurant, you begin to interview the owner about who they are and why they started the restaurant and all the things that they've learned in the process of the restaurant. You can show some of the stuff that they, their specialties. You can, and this particular one, I was able to show this huge Bloody Mary that was like a meal all on its own. And then some of the Easter meals that they had planned for Easter. And then I got to show a little bit of the inside of the restaurant. So I think that is a proof of concept that I think as even I do more of them, I will get better at it. I will figure out better locations for cameras and the issues with lighting that can come up and that kind of stuff. So as I do them more, I will continue to show them to you. And I hope you understand the concepts behind the Facebook Live TV show. There is some teaching. You've seen some of the teachings I've done with sharing some links in Vimeo. You've seen some of the proof of concepts. I share other shows that are going on here in the platform, not only mine, but other people's. And I really want you as as one of the 1,000 people who have liked the show, over 1,000, I hit 1,000 last week, that you could come in here and say, you know what, I wonder if there's any ideas about doing this thing. And I'm hoping that something in here is that you will find. Remember also that I have a group, a private group. It's a paid group where I'm putting training videos in there in a place where you can find them a little bit easier. We can even go in there and have in-depth discussions as a paid member. Of course, I'm going to have a more in-depth conversation that we will do on Facebook Live about how you use something. How, why am I choosing to use this tripod, which I forget the name of it, and the holder for the iPhone? Why do I choose that one over the other ones that I use? Why do I use the Logitech? Well, those are just my glasses, no big deal. The Logitech 920 webcam as opposed to some other camera. Why do I like Switcher Pro, Studio Pro? Why do I like Be Live over? I used to be a big fan of Blue Jeans, and still we have Zoom in our mastermind group that we use to do our masterminds. Why do I choose one over the other? Maybe Webinar Jam over Kajabi's webinar platform. And right now I prefer Webinar Jams, but Kajabi's I'm sure is going to get to the other place. So anyway, that is the purpose of the Facebook Live TV show. So every so often you may come on and see a broadcast, you go, what is this? I mean, it has nothing to do with Facebook Live. No, I'm showing you what can be done in Facebook Live and how you can create your own show. So keep all that in perspective in mind, and you'll understand the Facebook Live TV show Facebook page a little bit better. All right. I've been happy to interview people that do podcasts, because many of the people that are doing podcasts, they also do a Facebook Live at the same time they are recording their podcast. They're a very powerful tool, I think. Oops, I didn't push my button. Again, I just did another Facebook Live where I didn't push my video graphic over my shoulder. I keep forgetting to do that. And Hani Mura, he is the creator of repurpose.io. And, I almost forgot that I use repurpose. I saw an interview he did yesterday with another subject or another person in regard to a subject that I'm going to bring up today, and that is binge networks. And I just recently connected with the creator of Binge Networks. At least I believe she's the creator. She's either the president, the owner, or creator, or all of those. And so I'm going to be hopefully interviewing her hopefully sometime next week. But if not next week, then sometime soon. We're still working on the schedule. But I think you'll be really interested of what her platform is doing and how it's going to get you onto 50 other network platforms on Apple TV, Roku, Sony televisions, smart televisions, and that kind of stuff. And so that is excited, and how her and Hani have kind of married the two platforms together. What Hani has created is that repurpose, and it, of course, just as many of the other third-party apps that are using Facebook, is having little issues as Facebook is going through these transitions. But as everybody else, they're getting through them and figuring out how to reconnect some of the things. So Be Live, which I'm using right now, they've gone through a little bit of a headache where it isn't broadcasting in groups, and so they're working on getting that up and running again. So it's where we're at right now. It's our world in social media marketing and that kind of stuff. And that's why I think you also need Binge, right? The You Everywhere Now that Yen Networks, which is Mike Koenig's company, talks about is that you need to be everywhere now and doing what you can to be in print, to be in audio, to be in video, to be on other platforms so that your message can always be ensured. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Ensured in getting out to the people that need to see it, right? Finding those platforms, finding those places, making sure that you're on them is one of the keys to people being able to find out about you and creating your own celebrity, creating your own gigantic platform that you're going to be speaking from. The trick is being on all the different platforms and automating it. That is the other key, right? You don't want to be sitting there kind of like creating all your links and your tags and over and over and over again, and repurpose helps with that. So this broadcast, once I get done, it'll automatically be sent over to YouTube. It'll automatically be sent up into my Dropbox. And where else do I have this one going? I think an announcement in Twitter, I think, that it's available. I can't remember, but it goes to a bunch of different platforms. And it just, once I get done, it just does it. It's automated. And that's the great thing about Hani's platform, that it just simply works. I checked it today, and my interview with Lozo that I did yesterday at 6 p.m. He's the guy who has two different podcasts that are completely different. That was done. Moments later, it was up on YouTube, and I could share the link in YouTube. I could share it in LinkedIn. I could share it in whatever I wanted to, right? But it was a Facebook Live. And so now the Facebook Live got uploaded over to YouTube. It's on my Dropbox. I can use it. And so now in Binge, let me go ahead and go to Binge here on my television. So I can go to Binge right here. So do you see, oops, sorry about that. So you see Binge right here is actually an app now on my Apple TV, because I began putting my my show and onto Binge, and that way people can find it, and they just simply go to the Binge app on their Apple TV, their Roku, their whatever they're using, click on it, they'll be able to find my show. And so now that it's being my Facebook Live that I did yesterday is already in my Dropbox. The plan is, and again, this is just now being set up, so I don't know all the idiosyncrasies. Well, then I'll be able to upload directly into my Binge show, so that the episode will be easily found and be able to be connected, and people can see it on their televisions. And so it's just another avenue. So you're saying, well, what about Facebook? Well, down here somewhere, where do I have it? Right here. So Facebook video. Well, you go, well, now you're on Facebook on the other app. Right. So now not only am I on Facebook and can be found here. Let's see, featured shows. Let me go back over here. So my videos. So you should see probably, let's see what comes up here. Sorry, I'm talking away from my mic as it's going through here. So this is from the restaurant. Karaoke. So yeah, so here is the interviews I did from the bar. Here's the interview. Who is this? This is, don't know what I'm sharing there. Oh, it had to do with my health. There's some of my stuff with my kids in karate. So you see, and here's some of the videos that I'd love to share. I wonder why. Now I'm trying to figure out why my interview with Lozo. Oh, look at there's Bonnie. There's the owner of Binge Networks. All right. So anyhow, um, it's really funny. I'm wondering why. Sorry, while I'm doing this, while I'm talking to you, but I wonder why my interview of. So see, this is one of the issues that I need to figure out. I don't go on this page enough, but my point is, yes, they can find my show on Facebook. But here I can create an actual show with episodes on Binge. And it'll have my artwork, it'll have my branding, and people go, oh, I want to see what's happening on Andy's show, the Facebook Live TV show. They go there, click it, and the episodes will be there lined up and ready to go. So I think it's going to be a great platform. We'll be talking more about it next week and talking about all the things that you can do with it and why. Why do you need to need? If I'm on YouTube and Vimeo, and you can see that I'm on Vimeo too. If I'm on Vimeo and YouTube and Facebook Live, why do I need to be on Binge? Well, it's because you need to be where people can find you. And on Binge, you're going to be able to be found on all the different kinds of tools, not even tools. What are they? Ways that people are watching television. And they'll be able to find you. So if they have a habit of going on their television to their apps and Binge is on there, they're going to find you on Binge because that might be their way of doing it, right? Or if their thing is to go to Apple TV, the app will be there. They click on it. They'll be able to watch your show. However it is that they can easily be on there is one thing. The other thing is, again, you want to make sure and find a way to automate it because the more things that are on there, the less time you have to do other stuff. Lori Brink, how are you? So many things. I know. That Binge Network you're talking about. Yep, I am. Chris Carlson, is that like binge drinking? Yeah, not against that either. If you're safe, if you're at home or not out driving around. But yeah, Binge Networks. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it and show you a little bit more about it. And so, I think it's going to be good. So far, they've been very responsive. I've already talked to the owner personally on the Facebook message. And I'm not guaranteeing she's going to do that for you. I'm just saying, because I always have to be careful saying that, right? They go, hey, what are you saying? Everybody's going to Facebook message me now. But she's very responsive. She did an interview with Hanimura yesterday. Again, a friend of mine where I use his platform called repurpose.io. All right. So now let's talk about Kajabi. Kajabi is fantastic. I've had a little hiccup using their webinar platform and getting that to work for me. Most of it, I know for sure that it has to do with something that I'm doing. I know the last time when I tried to not do it live, I tried to do it recorded. I didn't take into consideration that the hour and a half long webinar that I pre-recorded would take as long as it did to upload to my Dropbox so that I could then put it into Kajabi. And the length of time was pretty long, right? And so it had to do with my Dropbox. It didn't have anything to do with Kajabi, but by the time it uploaded, the time that I had announced that it would be running had already passed, and it didn't allow me to run the recorded version of the webinar. On the live webinar that I tried to do before that for the launch of another product, for the same product on Falco Canine Academy, something I just did not understand about the privacy settings in YouTube. And I clicked the one that they said that I should click on. And again, I'm pretty sure that I did follow the directions, but now that I cannot find that recording in their training that says that. So either I misheard and didn't do it right, or it said to do what I did, and then they realized, well, that wasn't correct. They need to do something else. Whatever it is, it didn't work. But that really has nothing to do with the power of the platform. Let me see and make sure that I'm on the right page so that I can tell you some of the stuff that they just announced recently is fantastic for all of us users of Kajabi. And so let me make sure, again, I'm on the right page. So the help site has been upgraded and looks fantastic. Actually, let me click on that. I did click on that earlier. I'm not sure if it's going to switch with me because it's going to a new tab. No, let me share. Hold on. I'm going to get you there. I'm going to get you there. Just stand by. Hold on. I'm almost there. I'm going to show you what this looks like. And we're going to make it solo. All right. So here's the help center. And so they've redesigned it, and so far right now it looks like it's going to be pretty good. So you get started with your website, get started with your products, get started with your marketing, get started with your people. Oh, good. And they've broken it down into usable things that make it a lot easier to find. Up to this point, I'd had some difficulty in finding some of the things that need to be. Oh, perfect. So here's your website theme, navigation, homepage, and it breaks it down into really an easy way to find it. Oh, beautiful. So this is the first time I'm looking at it and I'm sharing it with you. And so, yeah, the Help Center, way better. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness, you guys, because the Help Center had very few videos. At least that was my experience before. And it just wasn't great. So let me go back to here. Let me go back to the article and show you a little bit more. The next thing that I think is fantastic, and this I am happy for, and that's the site-wide branding. Oh, thank goodness. Before we would have to put up, the logos and the pictures and the bios, and every time we created a new page or a new product, we'd have to do it. We'd have to find it, copy, paste, and bring it over every time we did that. And I was thinking, God, it would save so much time as I'm creating landing pages that need that information. And my branding and the colors and all that kind of stuff. I got to redo that every time. Are you kidding me? But now the site-wide branding is now a thing. And hold on, why did that not work? There we go. I can see my video is a little bit lacking right here, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, site-wide branding. Now it's simply we've added the ability to create some default site settings for your specific branding. So for example, if you upload your logo, instructor bio, or site color schemes, whenever you create a new page in the future, it will automatically be installed on that page. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so that's good. Double opt-in. We've already talked about that in past Facebook Lives in regard to Kajabi. That is really a good thing, I think, especially with everything that's happening in the world about making sure that we're getting permission to get people's information, blah, blah, blah. Frictionless checkout, which means we've updated the checkout page in Kajabi and made it even simpler for your customers to buy your products. This basically allows your customer to fill out a minimal amount of information in order to purchase your product, which will ultimately lead to higher conversions. Very good. Domain checkout. Oh, this is beautiful too. So instead of redirecting your client to another tab or another page, it's going to keep it all within the same page. And that is fantastic. So it stays on your domain. It doesn't go somewhere else with a different URL. And then forwarder. This is an interesting thing. At the end, they talked about forwarding. And so let's see if he talked about it here. Yeah, so we hope you enjoy all the updates from Vigilant. They give names to each one of their updates. As always, our main goal with Kajabi is to give you the tools you need to reach your goals. Not all of these features are available inside Kajabi yet, but rest assured they are coming soon. We have some very exciting stuff coming up in the next development cycle. Forwarder, that includes automation. That's all I can say for now. We can't wait to pull back the curtains and show you the new stuff that's coming. So I think all of that is going to be great. And just so looking forward to what it is they have planned for forwarder and automation. So that brings me back to the to the other thing I was talking about, is that the more that you can find those platforms that are making your life easier by automating stuff, by Kajabi not making me continuously put up my bio and my photograph, and sometimes I'm in the other in the new page and I go, gosh, what profile picture did I use? I can't remember which one. And then now I have to go into the other pages to find out which profile picture, because one thing I don't necessarily want is finding different pictures of me doing different stuff, especially when you're talking about branding, right? You want to keep it the same. And so that is in many ways automation, that it's just now the branding is just going to be the same when you're creating new pages, and now you no longer have to do that. That saves time, saves effort, especially when you have a lot of different things going on. It's obviously a much better way to go. And so let me go ahead and I'm going to put the Kajabi. If you don't have Kajabi yet, I'm going ahead and put it in the link. Use that link. That is my referral link. And I believe you get 30 days free to try out Kajabi. So use that link. And of course, then I will get credit for it. I would appreciate it if you did that. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It is just a great way. If you don't have Kajabi and you're going to sign up for Kajabi, it doesn't cost you anymore. As a matter of fact, I think it may be the one way that you can get 30 days for free and maybe something else. I'm not sure what you might be able to get. But anyway, just use that link. Again, it's the only thing that it does really is give you the 30-day and then allows me to get credit for and a little bit of dinero for the Facebook Live TV show. And again, that would be awesome. If you're getting good information from us and you are appreciative of what it is that we're doing over here, then that would be one way of saying thank you by using the links that I provide to you, knowing that almost every link that I use is some type of referral link, just so you know. All right. Oh, look at Bonnie got a hold of me, and she can do Tuesday. So look for an interview with the creator of Binge Networks on Tuesday at 9 a.m. All right, cool. So yeah, so 9 a.m. Tuesday, we will be doing an interview with Bonnie talking about Binge and the platform, and then maybe I'm going to try to even bring Hani on to talk about how they can work together. All right. So I was going to show you the inside of Kajabi. I don't know. I mean, based on what I'm telling you, actually, let me just show you. Yeah, let me just show you this one here. So this is the new dashboard. The new dashboard is way better. So if I go, hold on, I gotta look and make sure I'm on the right tab. So here on the left-hand side, do you see right here on the left-hand side where it says website, product, marketing, people? I don't know if you've ever been to Kajabi before, but it used to have all of these things in the menu, all the way dropping down, and it was kind of confusing. It's kind of like, so I'm so happy that they found a way to put them in smaller files so that you can, it just makes more sense. So you go to products, and then within your products, right, there are all my products that I sell. Many of those are tripwires. Many of them are free, like the Falco Walking with God and a Dog, that PDF download, that's free. The German Shepherd Rescue training, that is a tripwire for people that are in the German Shepherd rescue business, and it's like $6.99 or something like that. I can't remember the exact price. And blah 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 blah. So there's a couple different options there, but look at how this just set up and is clean. All that artwork is mine that I did in, I believe, Canva. I either use Canva or another platform that I can't think of the name right now. Darn it. They get their name. Yeah, I created those myself, and pretty cool, eh? And in the Create, Launch, and Profit Facebook page, I teach you how to do all that stuff. All right. And so you can see it's a lot cleaner there on the left-hand side. So that's really cool. Now, let me bring up, what was this other one? I forgot what I was going to do with this one. Let me go ahead and bring in this other one here, and once I go to it, I'll be able to tell you. I can't remember what tab I was on. There we go. All right, so website theme. Oh no, this was the help center. All right, that's why. All right, let's go ahead and go back to my picture here. All right, so again, a lot going on in Kajabi. You know, you don't have to do all of this stuff. I choose to learn about all these things so that I can bring them to you. In many cases, what I end up doing is learning just enough, and then I pass it on to somebody else and have them do it. Some of the graphics I've learned through some trainers like Andrew Lane from 22 Social. He is a great graphics guy and shows you a lot of easy hacks and makes it so much easier. So some of the things I bought to create graphics, including Canva, I don't use as much as I used to, because Andrew Lane has given me some great tools that just make it so simple that all I need to do is drag over a couple images, and based on what he's put together as templates, it just I create it, and it would take me longer to type a message to somebody in Fiverr or 99 Designs than it would for me to do it myself and already have it ready. So the artwork that I created for the Binge Network, that they require, needed 2 different types of artwork. Because I've been using so many things so long, again, it's so easy for me to set those up really fast because I already have the templates created through these platforms that I use, and I just simply now kind of plug them in so that they are in the size required for Binge, you know, the 1920 by 830 or whatever it is, you know. I already have most of those things already made because I've been able to do them in these platforms that I found. So I use people that know how to do it well, and either they do it for me or I use the template they created for me and then do it that way. So understand that there's ways that you don't have to do all the heavy lifting and create all the graphics, you know, in Photoshop or something like that. What a pain. I've tried to learn Photoshop a couple times and I don't get very far. I'm done pretty much after I launch the app and look at all the things. I go, oh gosh, I don't know how to do that. And yet I can create stuff that looks like it's been created in Photoshop because I have people that do it for me, and then I just simply plug in my own graphics. So find those things. If you don't find them on your own, come to the Facebook Live TV show, Create It, Launch It, Profit Facebook page, and you're going to find the hacks on how to do that. I just created a video on how to use my iPhone in ScreenFlow as a second camera shot and be able to use that so that I could show a different view and show this whiteboard a little bit clearer. You see on the webcam right now, you cannot see what's written on that board. That's because the pixels or whatever it is that it's recording are not in a format that allows you to really see this board. But when I connect my iPhone and use that as a camera, it actually sees the board very clearly, super clearly, like HD clearly. And so I created a hack to plug in my iPhone into my computer so I could use it in ScreenFlow and then create a 2-camera shot that gives you this view and then the view of the whiteboard so you can see it. And it works out beautifully. So those are some of the things that you can do to make your life a little bit easier. And all that can be found here on the Facebook Live show Facebook page and the Create It, Launch It, Profit Facebook page. So again, hope this has been all good for you. Somewhere I lost a couple of viewers because I must have gone into an area that they just weren't interested in, which is all good. All right. So if you're watching this replay, go ahead and still comment, still like, still give the little thumbs up and the hearts and that kind of stuff. That would be great. And share it out to those people that need to see it. All right. That is it for me. I will talk to you later and look for us on Monday when I'm interviewing Tracy Rasmussen Enos on LinkedIn, and now Barbara from Binge Networks. She will be on Tuesday. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, that is it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.